Dreams. Dreams are the key to conquering the world. That's a line from Laskar Pelangi, a song that has inspired millions. But before it was a song, it was a book. A book about 10 children fighting for something that many of us don't even think twice about: education. Hey everyone, I'm Aisyah Humaira binti Saiful Aswat from SMK Convent Ipoh with the school code AEB2048. And today, I want to talk about a book that truly opened my eyes. It's none other than The Rainbow Truth by Andrea Hirata. Well, rather than a book, I see The Rainbow Truth as a beacon of hope and resilience wrapped in words. If you're wondering what I mean, then let me ask you something. Can you imagine growing up in a place where education isn't a right but a privilege? A place where your school is one bad day away from being shut down forever. A place where every morning when you wake up, you don't just worry about homework, you worry about whether you'll even have a school to go to. That's the reality for the kids in the Rainbow Troops. Now, let's rewind to the 1970s to a small island in Indonesia called Belitung. In this tiny village stands Muhammadiyah Elementary School, a school so poor, so overlooked, that it's on the verge of closing. They need at least 10 students to remain open, but on the first day of school, only 9 children shows up. The teachers, Bu Muslimah and Pak Harfan, are about to lose hope. But then, at the very last second, a boy named Harun walks in. That moment changes everything. From then on, these 10 children became known as the Rainbow Troops, a name given to them by Bu Muslimah because of their love for watching rainbows. And honestly, that name fits them perfectly. Because even in the darkest storms, they never stop chasing the light. Out of all the characters in this book, 2 really stood out to me: Ikal and Lintang. Ikal, our narrator, sees the world through hopeful eyes. He dreams of escaping poverty and building a better future, not just for himself, but for everyone he loves. And then there's Lintang. Lintang is a genius, a mathematical prodigy, but here's the part that truly amazed me. Every day, he rides 80 kilometers on a broken bicycle just to get to school. 80 kilometers. That's how much education means to him. But life isn't always fair. One day, Lintang's father passes away, and just like that, his education is over. He has to drop out to support his family. That moment hit me like a brick because Lintang had everything: intelligence, passion, work ethic, but in the end, it wasn't enough. Ikal, on the other hand, manages to break free. He earns a scholarship and studies abroad. His story proves that education can change lives. But Lintang's story is a painful reminder that not everyone gets that chance. This book shook me. It made me realize that being smart isn't always enough. Sometimes circumstances decide your fate. What's even more fascinating is that this book is based on Andrea Hirata's real-life experiences, written as a tribute to his teachers and friends. Since its first publication in 2005 by Bentang Pustaka, it has sold over 5 million copies, won multiple awards, and has even been translated into more than 30 languages. It also became a critically acclaimed film in 2008. Now, how did I come across this book? Funny story, I wasn't even looking for it. I was at my cousin's house, casually browsing to her bookshelf when I spotted it. The title intrigued me. The Rainbow Troops? I thought it was going to be about, well, rainbows. So I asked her what it was about. She didn't answer. She just handed me the book and said, read it. And I'm so glad I did. Growing up in the city, I've never had to fight for an education. Schools, books, the internet, everything I need is right at my fingertips. But reading The Rainbow Troops made me realize just how different my life is from Ika and his friends. They had to fight for every single opportunity. They had to fight for a future. They had to fight for an education. Yet, despite the hardships, their love for learning and their big dreams reminded me that no matter where we come from, the desire to grow and succeed is universal. That's what I took away from this book. Education is a privilege and we should never take it for granted. If you're interested in reading The Rainbow Troops, you can find the 291 pages English version translated by Angie Kilbane, published in 2013 by Sarah Christian Books. It's available in major bookstores and online platforms like Shopee and Lazada for around 30 ringgit. To me, The Rainbow Troop is dedicated to anyone who believes in the power of dreams and education, especially teachers and students facing hardships. So, if you're looking for a book that will inspire, move, and change the way you see education, this is the one. Thank you for listening. I'm Aisyah Humaira, and that's a wrap.